All right, so here we have a game against Dueball. So he plays with white, you with black.
Yeah, that was a decisive game at the zonal tournament in Vratsa in 75. And I had to try to win with black to be sure that I can qualify for the interzonal. The game was very important. I play, as usual, my Sicilian, and the game will be very instructive because, first of all, he tried to make a draw, with white. I mean, after a few moves, he proposed draw. But it was a little bit unfair, in my opinion, because he knew that I had to play. I had to play for a win because of the situation in the tournament.
It was like a psychological
So,
proposal.
okay, he played knight f3, e6, d4, takes.
He knew that you cannot accept a draw.
No, he tried, of course. He's right. No,
Yeah.
But I'm not obliged to accept the. So now I played queen c7. After g3, I had to choose again with black. I played the normal variation in our game here, the normal order. But bishop b4, as you remember, my game with Tarjan and many other games, is also very, very, it's okay. Black can try bishop b4, is a very good move, But I played normal, d6 and knight f6 is the normal line. But here, white can try to attack later on, you'll see. And the game is very funny because, first of all, he proposed draw after g3, bishop g2. And when I refused, he played the sharpest way for white, trying to win in attack with white,
Yeah, like a force quick win.
So we'll see what happens. Bishop g2, knight f6, castle, bishop e7, everything is theory until now, yeah. And now f4, castle, and now, as I told you before, the sharpest way, g4. This is very, very sharp,
Yeah.
So now I played knight c6. Now he took in c6. This is very good. If he played, first of all, g5, it wasn't good. Because here, if he plays immediately g5, after knight takes d4, black is all right. Black is probably already better, Because now, if he takes in f6, he loses a pawn for nothing, Bishop takes in f6 and black has a pawn and winning position, And instead, if he plays, first of all, the knight is in f6, and if he plays now, queen takes d4, after the simple move d5, black is better again. Now you can't take the knight because you lose the queen after bishop c5.
Okay.
And after bishop e3, for instance, if he plays queen back is nothing for white, is already a weakness that you played g4, g5 for nothing. Queen back, I take in e4 and black is okay. Black is better, in any position. If not, after bishop e3, now black has to choose. He can take in e4 at least an even game, or he can play knight g4, and again is very good for black because he threatens to win in a few moves. Now you lose immediately if you take in d5. After knight e3, queen e3, you lose again the queen after bishop c5.
Yeah.
So it's clear black is better in any position,
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not good to play immediately g5. Knight takes c6 is a good move. Okay. So he took in c6 with the knight from d4. Knight takes, b takes, and now he can play g5. Okay. Theory again. Until now everything is theory. So knight e8. A little bit unusual because the knight usually comes to d7, But after knight e8, the idea is to come later on with the bishop from e7 to e5, you'll see in the game, and the knight from e8 comes to d6 in a very good position, defensive position, for black.
And the knight from here to come
will
to
come
here?
later on to d6, after, you'll see the order, the move order. But the plan is very instructive, okay. So I took, and now d5, good. And here, he played queen e1. The idea is to come very quickly to h4, to try to attack very quickly, So now we played a good move, rook b8, because after queen h4, we have this move, rook b8, b4. And black has a very good position again, after queen h4.
Yeah.
If now he plays simply bishop f4, let's say, after bishop d6, black is okay. if we can trade the bishop, black has no problem at all. Black has a very good game. So he plays the best move here, a3, to prevent rook b4 and to threaten again queen h4, to come with the queen in attack, some very good attacking position in h4. So now our plan: bishop d6, queen h4, bishop e5, and now f6. Well, until now, as I told you before, is analysis, home analysis, from him and from myself. We both knew. Well, I played it already at home with my friends and my trainer and so on. We prepared a little bit the position, and I had the idea that black is all right in such a position. There's no danger, so we can try. And now, of course, knight d6 is a very good move. It's not good to play immediately, for instance, the normal move g6, because afterwards in any position you have some problems with the knight. You can't move the knight because comes immediately queen h6 and he threatens mate. So okay, you ignore the fact that he attacks with f6 and you play knight d6. Now he takes in g7, and now of course after bishop takes g7, the game is more or less even. But black tries to provoke the move order from our game and plays rook e8, giving the chance to sacrifice some piece in d5. At the first glance, white has a very strong initiative, and maybe he has, in some cases, a winning position. But it's not so.
So you tempted white to make a sacrifice?
I was sure that black can resist in such a position, but it's very difficult. You have to calculate very well, because any small mistake is decisive. You lose in a few moves with black,
So
if everything goes wrong,
You let him sacrifice.
I let him sacrifice. It's very interesting. You'll see.
Okay.
And from now on, everything is for g6 is okay. You have to take, only with f, because if you take with h, is mate immediately in h8.
Yes.
So he took with f, and now sacrifice in d5. Okay, that is correct. So you have to take, you have to accept, you have to take. Now you can't take in g6 because it's mate. If you take in g7, queen h6 check, rook h8, rook f8 mate.
So if you take it,
if you take there, you are lost. Queen
check.
takes, king there. No, the other one in h8.
Yes.
Rook f8 check. You have to take, and queen takes f8 mate.
Yes. Okay.
So this is the danger. It's very dangerous, the position.
Yes.
So the only good move is, of course, bishop e6. But now after bishop e6, everything is forced, and you come in such a position when white won by force a pawn, and it seems that he has a very strong initiative also, So after rook f8 check, you have to take, of course. Now takes, and now takes with check, king h8, and here he won a pawn and he has two bishops. Now again, he hopes you make such a mistake that you take in b2. If you take in b2, you have no chance to win with black, first of all. And he has at least an even game after bishop d4 check. But maybe more, So of course you don't take. And now very strong move, knight f5. So everything is clear now. The white initiative is over. He has nothing here. And everything is forced. Black has a pawn down, but the white king is more exposed than my king from h8. And from now on, we have the decisive counterattack from black in Sicilian, as usual. You see what happens.
So you are a pawn down, but you have two pawns around your king, and his king is actually...
His king is a little bit, in some unclear position, let's say, at least.
Very exposed.
So he has to take in f5, and now the second surprise, you take with the pawn.
Yeah.
Because now you open the G line, and you threaten in b2, in h2, but not immediately, c2, and f4. You have all kinds of threats. So white has to decide what to do.
c2, you mean like...
threatens check in g8, queen takes c2, bishop takes b2. In any case, black is better. In every position, black is better.
Yes.
If the position is completely winning for black or not, this is unclear. But it's very unpleasant for white, First of all, because he can't play immediately to try to make a draw with bishop d4. He loses in one move. After bishop d4, queen g7 check, resigns. He loses a piece, at least a piece by force.
Yes. So if you put this...
He can't play this because queen g7 check and he resigns.
And you take this one.
Yeah, so it's impossible. Now he has to move something else. But what? Well, rook e1, something active. Now he hopes to make a draw. If you take him b2, he has at least a draw. With bishop d4 check, you have to take. He takes, and you have to trade queens in g7, and that is draw. It's a normal draw position, And now you have to play queen g7, it's completely draw,
Yeah.
But, of course, you don't play like this with black. Now black tries to win. Okay, queen, rook g8 check. So now we take back our pawn, and we have a much better position. Why is much better? Because, first of all, we threaten mate in one. Queen g2 mate.
Yeah.
In one move.
Yeah.
So very unpleasant for white. What to do? Bishop f2, it seems it's a very big time trouble already, for white here. Mm-hmm. And the position very unpleasant. If not lost, probably it's already lost position. Bishop f2, the only defense. So now queen d3 check, very active. Rook e2, the only defense again. So now every endgame is winning for black. We took a pawn. We have a much better position, very strong initiative. The opponent is also in very big time trouble, so the game must be winning for black. Okay. So we took him b2. Now he has to play only bishop e3, bishop f2, bishop e3, bishop f2. The only possibility to do something,
But the queen, he cannot move the queen?
Well, but where? He had the bishop in f2. Okay.
Yes.
Where can he move the queen? Only in f4, for instance, or in b4. Let's say in f4, let's say.
Yes.
Okay. So after this move, first of all, we can play here. He doesn't threaten anything, so there's no problem. First of all, we can play, for instance, queen d5 or bishop c3. So queen d5 threatens mate in h1.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, again, very difficult position, And in time trouble is, almost winning in every move, like this.
So there is no...
So he has to wait. Okay, so moving back the position, he put the bishop in, I took there, and he played bishop e3. Okay, so now we played bishop c3. Again, now we threaten very unpleasant queen d1 check, winning. After queen d1 check, king f2, queen g1 check, and wins by force,
Yeah.
So that is the threat. So again, he has to wait. But what? What can he do?
Okay, let's see.
Now let's move back, yes. And now
he resigned here.
Well, he resigned because everything is forced. I can show you how.
Yes.
It's an end game. The simplest way to win is by an end game. Mm-hmm. So everything is forced. Rook e8. Rook e8. So now queen h5, the only move, no?
Yes.
Queen d1 check. Bishop e1, the only move. And now you trade everything. Queen takes e2 check. Queen takes e2. Yeah. And is winning now.
You can
no,
give...
pardon. I made a mistake. Okay, so... Now, rook takes e2. Yeah, pardon. Rook takes e2. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you have to take back with the queen because it's the only move. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you trade queen with check, then you trade the bishop in e1, and you win any endgame with king g7, king f6. This is elementary, for black.
King g7 and f6.
You pawn up and wins.
Yes.
Problem,
yes.
Any endgame is completely winning for black. But in this position, he lost by time. I mean, he overstepped the time.
He flagged.
Yeah, his flag fall, but the position is hopeless, completely hopeless.
True.
So it's the very nice example again from the decisive counterattack for black in any Sicilian. When black has such a possibility, the counterattack is,
deadly.
Almost in every case is deadly. So
Nice.
it's a very good example. So I won the tournament. I could qualify for the interzonal in 75.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good decision not to accept the draw.
No, of course, but I shouldn't accept the draw in any case because I had to play.
Yes,
I had to play.
yes.
Finally, I saw when we finished the tournament, I saw that I should qualify by by the other results. I mean,
Also with a draw.
depended what happened in some other games. I could qualify also with the draw. But to be sure that you win the tournament, to be sure that you qualify, you had to win.
I see.
Yeah. When we started the game, I knew that I had to try to win. Okay.
All right.
So, but the game was very important. Theoretically, it was very important because in such order, the all variation was good for black. As you saw, everything is forced, and black has a very strong initiative immediately after the opening and the middle game by giving the pawn and giving the opponent the chance to sacrifice and have such a strong initiative. The first glance like this, white was, clearly better, but finally he was clearly worse.
Yeah.
Everything was happening like this. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
Chess is like this. Sometimes it can,
From victory to
from such a position, you can have a very unpleasant surprise. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Mr. Gheorghiu.
You're welcome.